Hi, Gloria Lybecker here with Healing You. The other day I got to work with somebody that had been feeling a lot of anxiety. The anxiety had gotten so heightened in them that they were immobilized. They could feel this rumination inside of them where they were worrying, they felt anxious. They had acknowledged that something just felt wrong, but they just couldn't get clear on what it was. And they were on edge. And yet there was an immobility that was happening. It was keeping them stuck, keeping them worrying about things and not clear exactly what it is that was keeping them stuck. And they were wondering, like, what is wrong with me? Why is this happening? And their adrenaline just kept increasing. And so I want to acknowledge that when this happens, if we have anxiety as human beings, we don't have clarity on which circuitry has been stimulated, what has gotten heightened, because we have different circuitry in our system that take care of us. But the experience of anxiety, we can't tell the difference if it's because we're scared of something or it's because we're feeling alarmed and alone. And those are two different circuits that we have in our system. But it is possible to feel relief, to experience the relief. And it's possible for the anxiety to be resonated with so that it can actually calm. And the miracle of that is we can do this with resonant language. And we can feel felt in relationship with another. And when we are accompanied right where we are in the midst of the experience of our anxiety, we can be empowered to name how we feel. And for there to be resonance with that, an acknowledgement of that worst moment of what it was like or what it's like in the moment for us. Maybe we've had to live with really scary things. Or maybe we've had to live with a very deep sense of aloneness. And when we've lived with that for most of our lives, it can be unconscious and it can be deep in our nervous system. And so one of the things that we can do is we can reach out and we can get support from another human being. Hopefully someone that's skilled with understanding how the emotions, the circuits of emotions and motivation work within us to help us to begin to co-regulate. Because all internalized regulation is possible by first having co-regulation with another. Our nervous systems sync up and we start to discover something new. So when we can slow down and we can come into our body, we can notice what it's like. We can tap into the feelings of that anxiety and begin to notice our body sensations. Noticing, does it feel jittery? Do we have a dry mouth? Is there an increase in our heart rate? Does our respiratory system, does it increase? Our breathing get quicker? Do we have sweaty palms? And do we startle really easily, just kind of jump out of our skin? That would be more of the experience that happens when we are having the anxiety of fear. And when we can notice that maybe it's different. Maybe we have a heaviness in our upper back and in our shoulders. Just heaviness. We have a little bit of a downturned mouth. And we might even have difficulty smiling. Or it's difficult to meet someone's eyes. We can have an experience of helplessness and hopelessness about ever being accompanied by another. And we can feel that physical frozenness, to feel frozen or immobilized from the inside out. And we can spiral down into a sense that we're worried we don't matter, or we're going to be left all alone again. So I'm going to just call a pause. I'm going to hold that with so much tenderness and care. I want to make a couple guesses. It's like, did you grow up without having your fear or your loneliness acknowledged by another. If so, you may not even recognize that it's fear or loneliness that you're carrying deep inside. And for some of us, our circuitry can get tangled with some of our other circuits. So when we're I just want to pause right there too, and I want to acknowledge with accompaniment, it's like, well, of course you are scared. And no wonder you feel utterly alone, because no one has ever acknowledged these things with you. And how important it is to be able to be with another being that can get that. Oh. When we have help to identify the blocks that get in the way of expressing our wholeness, of being who we came here to be, we can then begin that process of transforming our world from the inside out. If this resonates with you, I invite you to join me in the upcoming 4-week intensive of the Healing You Journey to unlock those trauma patterns and be empowered to be the leader that you were born to be. You can find out the details at healingyoursanctuary.com. And thanks for being on the journey with me today. Healing you.